areas where he can go for safety.
I'll give you $10 million if you can stay on the world's largest cruise ship for 30 days.
This is not the cost of living, Carson.
Can you be fired? Seriously. Can you be fired for breaking character as a performer? Serious. If you want a girl to respect you, stop sending her paragraphs every time that she disrespects you. Ghost her. Ladies, please, why would you wear a bra if he can just hold them for you? Wear smarter while he's getting harder. Ladies, please, why would you wear a bra if he can just hold them for you? Wear smarter while he's getting harder.
UK is currently, not to brag about myself, but I give the best headaches. Massive headaches.
Hello, everyone. Can I throw a party in a Citroen?
Why does Pinkchu keep insisting that she never hooked up with Drake? After Drake's speed dating show ended, everyone started talking about whether the two had caught feelings and gotten closer in private. But in interviews, Pinkchu repeatedly said they had only talked privately and nothing else happened. The ironic part is, the more she tries to prove that nothing happened between her and Drake, the more people want to know what really went on. Most importantly, Pinkchu's past with her ex has also been brought up again. She previously accused her ex of abuse and harassment. After she blew up from Drake's speed dating show, people started digging into her past relationships again. Some even questioned whether she had always been goth, and went as far as calling her a fake goth. Some people even think Drake is so attracted to Pinkchu because certain things about her remind him of his mother. There's also a more practical issue. The house Drake promised is still only a verbal promise. If he never follows through, Pinkchu could end up not only without the house, but also facing criticism that she got close to Drake for the benefits. So, when she keeps insisting that nothing happened between them, it may not mean she doesn't like Drake. She could simply be protecting her reputation. Why does Pinkchu keep insisting that she never hooked up with Drake? After Drake's speed dating show ended, everyone started talking about whether the two had caught feelings and gotten closer in private. But in interviews, Pinkchu repeatedly said they had only talked privately and nothing else happened. The ironic part is, the more she tries to prove that nothing happened between her and Drake, the more people want to know what really went on. Most importantly, Pinkchu's past with her ex has also been brought up again. She previously accused her ex of abuse and harassment.
We are looking for people. The girl who's obsessed with Peter Pan is a great example of that.
DJ Mission, Lost Grooves. Mission details. Master, DJ. Mission name, Lost Grooves. Story. Find sheet music that has an artist's soul written into it. Goal. Gather 4 pieces of sheet music, times 4. Reward. Wallpaper, DJ, times 1. Wallpaper, DJ, times 1. Wallpaper, DJ, times 1. Flight ticket, times 5. What to do? Find 4 sheet music items scattered in the world. Collect all 4, bring them back to DJ. Mission complete. Rewards are yours. 3 wallpapers plus 5 flight tickets. Simple. Find 4 music sheets. That's it. Good luck.
Raised by the savages, no you couldn't handle this. Everyone who battled me, they falling like an avalanche. Got them falling back to back, take them all just hand in hand. Y'all going home, so better pack your bags. Take a seat, but it's not bad. Float like a butterfly. Battle cries of music to my ears, I love the voice. Y'all can never hurt me.
Hello. Hey.
Really? What?
It's a rap like some bandages. The winner is unanimous. I'm quicker than the flashes from the lights on the cameras. Oh, you the best? Well, that's big cap. I can take you standing on my back. Don't listen to the chatter or any of the commotion. Where'd your life go? Or your boy got it stolen. Hit harder than a rocket. Watch you get eroded. I am the one that's been destined, I've been chosen.
USA.
Sheet music.
You want?
Click.
Just hold it a sec. You want something from me?
What do you want?
I'm not interested.
Okay.
Can I help you?
I can't find where it is.
Give me a break. You've got the wrong person.
Where is it?
So you jab, then turn around, then jab again, then turn around.
Give me a break.
Where is it?
You've got the wrong person.
Yeah, I'm a little lost. I'm lost.
Keep walking. You've got the wrong person.
Let's just take it easy.
Where?
So you jab, then turn around, then jab again.
Confused.
Spinning bird kick.
That's sense. If I can't find it.
What are you looking at? Give me a break.
No,
You've got the wrong person.
I'm confused. Look, good where to go.
What do you want?
Need help. I find it.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Go bother someone else. No, just hold it a second. Go try someone else. Go bother someone else.
Keep walking.
Go bother someone else.
Follow me. I'll find it.
Oh dear.
Keep walking.
I'm not looking for trouble.
I'm on that road.
Keep
You've
walking.
got the wrong person. You've got the wrong person.
I'll find it. Oh. I can't find the marks anywhere. I found a purple crown, I can't find them anywhere. I looked for purple crowns, can't find them anywhere. I'm really confused, can't find them.
Oh, I hear
What do
you.
you want?
It sounds like you're looking for something specific. Maybe marks or pepper crabs, and they're just not showing up where you expect them to. That can be super frustrating when you're trying to find something. Let me see if I can help clear this up. You mentioned pepper crab. Is that something you're looking for in the game, or is that a clue about something else? And
stuck on this.
DJ, Lost Grooves. Mission, simple guide. What you need to do. Find 4 pieces of sheet music. This mission is in Barmally Steelworks. Where to find the 4 sheet music pieces? Simple. 1. Near the stage dance area, look on tables and crates. 2. By the food stalls, check the counters and nearby barrels. 3. Near the entrance main gate, look on a bench or box. 4. Behind the building's back alley, check crates and walls. How to spot them? They glow, sparkle when you get close. Look for small, flat paper items on tables, boxes, barrels. No purple markers on the map. You have to look around manually. That's why it's tricky. Press the interaction button when you see the glow. Pick it up. Quick tips. Walk slowly around the whole area. Check every table, box, barrel, counter. They're all in the same area. You don't need to fly anywhere. Pepper crab. That's probably a food item you saw, not the music.
I've got a speech problem. I have speech impediment.
Thank you for telling me. I hear you, and I respect that completely. I want you to feel comfortable and safe talking to me. Here's what I'll do to make things easier for you. I'll keep my words short, simple, and clear. No long sentences. I'll listen carefully. However you speak, however you phrase things, I will understand you. If you struggle to say something, just type it simply. I'll get it. No pressure, no rush, no judgment, ever. You communicate in the way that works best for you, and that is perfect. I can read things out loud for you, and I can keep my replies very short if that helps. You don't need to explain or apologize. You're understood, you're heard, and you're respected. Tell me what you need. I'm here, listening.
Some girls are honest with you just enough to make their lies believable. Girls will tell you 90% of the truth and then leave the 10% that changes the whole story. For example, she tells you that she went to her best friend's house and it was a few close friends there hanging out, drinking. And then later you find out that there was guys there. And she's like, what? I told you I was with some close friends. Like, they're not my close friends, but they're her close friends. You know what you were doing. Be safe out here, okay? Some girls are honest with you just enough to make their lies believable. Girls will tell you 90% of the truth and then leave the 10% that changes the whole story. For example, she tells you that she went to her best friend's house and it was a few close friends there hanging out, drinking. And then later you find out that there was guys there. And she's like, what? I told you I was with some close friends. Like, they're not my close friends, but they're her close friends. You know what you were doing. Be safe out here, okay?
It's a handy little tip for you to know. Listen.
So if I say kiss my lips, and you say which ones, it's your wife.
Hey, so you're 3 signs that she's playing you and you don't even know it. Number 1, she leaves you on red for 8 hours.
Spider-Man always thought his powers came from an accident, until the appearance of an old man made him realize things weren't that simple. The man's name was Ezekiel, who possessed superpowers similar to Peter's, and could also stick to walls. Ezekiel told Peter that the spider that bit him back then didn't gain its powers merely because of radiation. It's also possible that the spider already possessed this power and simply chose Peter in its final moments of life. This meant Peter becoming Spider-Man was no longer a coincidence, but rather he was chosen by some more ancient power. Ezekiel called this power the Spider Totem. At the very moment the spider totems were born, the hunters that fed on them also appeared, and this introduced one of Spider-Man's most dangerous natural predators, Morlun, who specialized in feeding on their life energy. At this time, Peter did not yet know that this monster had already arrived in New York and had locked onto him as its next target. Just as Spider-Man was gliding above the city, Morlun, who was eating, suddenly stopped. In just an instant, Peter's spider sense erupted with unprecedented intensity, as if every nerve in his body was urging him to flee immediately. But when he vigilantly surveyed his surroundings, he couldn't find where the danger was coming from at all. Peter could only temporarily suppress the unease in his heart and continue heading to a high school to apply for a teaching job. But as soon as he entered the school, his spider sense went off again. A shooter suddenly barged into the academic building, raising a weapon and frantically firing at the students in the...
Seriously, I watched this 5 times.
You've probably seen the never-ending story dozens of times.
How much will CX give me for all of these games? Starting off with...
If this blue golden griffin appears on your screen, it means something powerful is about...
There's a creepy theory that America's nicest painter, Bob Ross, was actually a serial killer, and his paintings weren't just landscapes. They were maps of places where he hid his victims. In 1980, Ross went to a friend's wedding in a remote area. Later, human remains were found there. Ross then painted a place that looked almost the same. He also said some strange things while painting, like, trees cover up a multitude of sins. In another episode, he talked about an old shed. He said its owner had died and would never come back. Before TV made him famous, Ross spent almost 20 years in the U.S. Air Force. He said it made him cruel and mean. He was also missing part of a finger. According to the theory, he lost it while fighting one of his victims. After hearing this theory, his happy little trees look a lot darker. There's a creepy theory that America's nicest painter, Bob Ross, was actually a serial killer, and his paintings weren't just landscapes. They were maps of places where he hid his victims. In 1980, Ross went to a friend's wedding in a remote area. Later, human remains were found there. Ross then painted a place that looked almost the same. He also said some strange things while painting, like, trees cover up a multitude of sins. In another episode, he talked about an old shed. He said its owner had died and would never come back.
Hired an AI to job. 2026 is the year of...
We're looking for people to appear.
Match the colors. Okay.
We're looking for people to appear in movies. No.
After I made Squirtle for my son, my daughter looked at me and said, okay, so where's mine? I laughed and asked which Pokemon she wanted. I thought she'd say Pikachu. I was wrong. She picked Charmander. So I asked why. And she said, because he looks small, but he acts brave. So the next day I grabbed some orange wool and started making him. I shaped the body first, then the little arms, the face, and finally that tiny flame on his tail.
Do I drink the Pepsi cold? Yeah, my fridge only fits about 7 bottles at a time, and at one point I had over 200 bottles, so they get moved as the fridge empties.
TikTok Live.
People with the biggest body parts. This is Sridhar Chalal. People with the biggest body parts. This is Sridhar Chalal, an Indian guy who held the Guinness.
Bonzo Casino. Why was Sadie Sink chosen by Marvel to play Jean Grey with only a 34 inch?
Ew, is she on my For You page this whole time? Honey, I'm on your For You page all the time. I've got some news for you. You either have a goth girl addiction or mommy issues.
Everyone keeps asking where the good men went. Oh. We're waiting for that box.
Supergirl is clearly Superman's older biological sister, so why does she look almost like his daughter? Kara clearly remembers holding Clark when he was still a helpless baby, yet the person standing before her now is already a tall, fully mature adult man. By all accounts, she is supposed to be the older one. What on earth happened for Kara to remain unchanged for over a decade? The answer actually lies deep within their escape spaceships. When escaping their doomed planet Krypton, Superman's escape ship had a completely smooth journey and arrived on Earth very quickly. He grew up like a normal human, gradually maturing into an adult. Kara's own ship, however, was not so lucky. Her ship was struck by Krypton debris, causing it to veer off course. It later became trapped in a time-stagnant zone where the normal flow of time did not pass at all. By the time she escaped this zone, 15 long years had already gone by. That's why when Kara first saw Clark, she questioned his identity. She clearly remembered him as a baby, so how could he suddenly grow into a towering man? This created a very awkward situation. Clark could not understand Kara's Kryptonian, and Kara had no idea what Clark was saying. Supergirl is clearly Superman's older biological sister, so why does she look almost like his daughter? Kara clearly remembers holding Clark when he was still a helpless baby, yet the person standing before her now is already a tall, fully mature adult man. By all accounts, she is supposed to be the older one. What on earth happened for Kara to remain unchanged for over a decade? The answer actually lies deep within their escape spaceships. When escaping their doomed planet Krypton, Superman's escape ship had a completely smooth journey and arrived on Earth very quickly. He grew up like a normal human, gradually maturing into an adult. Kara's own ship, however, was not so lucky. Her ship was struck by Krypton debris, causing it to veer off course. It later became trapped in a time-stagnant stagnant zone where the normal flow of time did not pass at all. By the time she escaped this zone, 15 long years had already gone by. That's why when Kara first saw Clark, she questioned his identity. She clearly remembered him as a baby, so how could he suddenly grow into a towering man? This created a very awkward situation. Clark could not understand Kara's Kryptonian, and Kara had no idea what Clark was saying. Supergirl is clearly Superman's older biological sister, so why does she look almost like his daughter? Kara clearly remembers holding Clark when he was still a helpless baby, yet the person standing before her now is already a tall, fully mature adult man. By all accounts, she is supposed to be the older one. What on earth happened for Kara to remain unchanged for over a decade? The answer actually lies deep within their escape spaceships. When escaping their doomed planet Krypton, Superman's escape ship had a completely smooth journey and arrived on Earth very quickly. He grew up like a normal human, gradually maturing into an adult. Kara's own ship, however, was not so lucky. Her ship was struck by Krypton debris, causing it to veer off course. It later became trapped in a time-stagnant zone where the normal flow of time did not pass at all. By the time she escaped this zone, 15 long years had already gone by. That's why when Kara first saw Clark, she questioned his identity. She clearly remembered him as a baby, so how could he suddenly grow into a towering man? This created a very awkward situation. Clark could not understand Kara's Kryptonian, and Kara had no idea what Clark was saying. Supergirl is clearly Superman's older biological sister, so why does she look almost like his daughter? Kara clearly remembers holding Clark when he was still a helpless baby, yet the person standing before her now is already a tall, fully mature adult man. By all accounts, she is supposed to be the older one. What on earth happened for Kara to remain unchanged for over a decade? The answer actually lies deep within their escape spaceships. When escaping their doomed planet Krypton, Superman's escape ship had a completely smooth journey and arrived on Earth very quickly. He grew up like a normal human, gradually maturing into an adult.
Why does Peter Parker still need protein powder to build muscle after his body has been genetically enhanced? Jean didn't just find the letter Peter wrote to MJ in his house. She even found a tub of protein powder that only fitness people would normally use. But Peter's body has already been enhanced by spider genetics, so why does he still rely on protein powder to build muscle like an ordinary person? First, natural spider silk is mainly made of protein. After Peter's genetic mutation, his body can actually produce spider silk on its own. He even ends up shooting out massive amounts of webbing because he sometimes struggles to control it. Because of this, the protein stored in his body gets depleted much faster whenever he uses his webs. He has to constantly replenish his protein levels to avoid nutritional imbalance. Second, Peter's body is no longer that of a teenage kid. He now spends every day performing intense physical activity while hunting down criminals. This has left his back covered in injuries, just like the original Spider-Man. He needs to stretch before every mission to make sure he doesn't get injured from his extreme movements. On top of that, Peter is extremely poor and barely eats enough every day. And after his body was genetically enhanced, the protein he gets from regular food is no longer enough.
Did you notice? When Pink Shiu told her mom the good news, was she wearing the same dog necklace from the show? No one knows that after Drake bought a house for her mother, she had to follow his 3 strict rules. First, Drake told Pink Shiu not to sell the house without his permission. Drake said he bought the house only to give Pink Shiu's mom a safe place to live. The house could never be used to make money. He did not care about the house's price. He cared about Pink Shiu's true heart. He wanted her to keep her wish of giving her mom a good life. He did not want her love for her mom mixed with money-making goals. Second, Drake said their 2 families must spend Mother's Day together every year. Drake's parents split up when he was little. His mom raised him alone. He knew how hard life was for a single mother. He did not want his own mom to feel lonely in her old age. So he made this rule. He hoped the 2 mothers could hang out and become friends. This would bring the 2 families closer. Every Mother's Day would be a warm time for them to stay together and ease the 2 mothers' loneliness. Last, Drake made it clear that this house gift did not mean they were starting a romance. He paid for the house only because he respected her love for her mother. He did not have romantic feelings for her. Drake did not want to take on relationship duties. He refused to be forced into a love bond because of one live show. He wanted the right to choose his lover and had no plan to start a relationship. What do you think of Drake's rules? Did you notice? When Pink Shiu told her mom the good news, was she wearing the same dog necklace from the show? No one knows that after Drake bought a house for her mother, she had to follow his 3 strict rules. First, Drake told Pink Shiu not to sell the house without his permission. Drake said he bought the house only to give Pink Shiu's mom a safe place to live. The house could never be used to make money. He did not care about the house's price. He cared about Pink Shiu's true heart. He wanted her to keep her wit
Without me next? I got you. Welcome to a day in the life of Waterman.
Hey guys.
Welcome to a day in the life of Waterman Sheffield. First,
Hey guys.
After the Thing finds the Venom symbiote trapped inside a jar, he starts feeling sorry for it. Ben knows what it's like to be treated like a monster. As he stares at the jar, Ben realizes they might be able to help each other. Venom senses that Ben would be the perfect host and convinces him to open the jar. The symbiote immediately bonds with Ben and transforms him just as Mr. Fantastic walks into the room. Ben explains that the symbiote called out to him, but Reed warns him that he's been infected and that Venom could destroy him mentally. Suddenly, Venom
I downloaded Bumble.
5 things anxious people do in secret and would never admit to. 1, they wait until no one's around to do simple things. Ordering food, making a call, asking for help. Tasks that seem effortless to everyone else feel unbearable when someone might be watching. 2, they study menus before going anywhere new. Not because they're picky, because walking in a
Both can use all 7 colors. So what's the difference between the Phantom Ring and a White Lantern Ring? The key difference is how they use it. The Phantom Ring is like a universal switch. It can connect to the whole spectrum, but usually changes color based on the wearer's strongest emotion. If rage takes over, it can turn red. If fear gets stronger, it can turn yellow. So the Phantom Ring has a low entry barrier. You do not need all 7 lantern groups, but it is unstable. If the wearer loses control, the ring can start controlling them. A White Lantern is different. It does not just switch between 7 colors. It is a higher level power built on mastering the full spectrum. Before Kyle Rayner becomes a White Lantern, he must master hope, fear, rage, love, and the other emotions. Those powers are united through the white light of life. So the Phantom Ring calls on 7 powers. A White Lantern masters the whole spectrum. White light is also tied to life itself, beyond the normal 7 lantern.
The Las Vegas monorail has a new
They are already coming out with a new Spider-Man movie and a Spider-Man 5 Darkest Day. And I can't believe that they're already coming out with this new movie. And they already dropped the new trailer with Tom Holland because the other Spider-Man movie just came out not too long ago. Now we got Spider-Man 5 Darkest Day, y'all, with Tom Holland. What the heck? You look surprised. And comment down below if you guys just seen the most recent Spider-Man movie. And if you're gonna go watch this new one, guys. This is crazy. So what is he turning into? Is this where he turns into Venom or something? What the heck is going on? Oh, he's got the black suit now. Wow, y'all. Spider-Man 5 Darkest Day.
But I know this is wrong.
What the heck, y'all?
It makes me stronger.
Wow, y'all.
I didn't choose him.
After just releasing this other movie, guys, now they're coming out with this, y'all. Spider-Man 5 Darkest Day, guys. Comment down below if you're gonna go watch it. They are already coming out with a new Spider-Man movie and a Spider-Man 5 Darkest Day. And I can't believe that they're already coming out with this new movie. And they already dropped the new trailer with Tom Holland because the other Spider-Man movie just came out not too long ago.
After years of neglecting his body, Batman eventually grows old and frail. Bruce Wayne spends his days alone.
Chosen One, your spirit team must have a set.
Oh my god, Drake actually barked like a dog for Pink Shoe. No one gets the real reason. He instantly agreed to fulfill her wish and buy a new house for her mom. They were chatting one-on-one, and Pink Chew joked around, telling him to do a silly role play and mimic a puppy barking. Shockingly, Drake went right ahead and went arf 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 on the spot. But the second Pink Shoe shared her wish, it all clicked why he didn't hesitate to say yes at all. If you know Drake, you know his mom, Sandy Graham, means the entire world to him. He grew up in a single...
I'm going to build you.
So,
I'm going to build you. I'm going to build you.
so that's a device.
You're supposed to grow up with dreadlocks. You're gonna grow up with that boring long hair.
Dad, what do you think of my dreadlocks?
It's amazing. You look absolutely adorable.
Dad, how come you never say anything about my hair? That's so unfair.
99 signs you're slowly 99% людей на самом деле не понимают. Signs you're slowly giving up. 1. You stop looking forward to anything. Every day starts to blur into the same one. 2. You turn small mistakes into proof you're a failure, even when everyone else has already moved on. 3. You disappear from people because being alone feels easier than pretending you're okay. 4. You stop picturing a future. You're not planning ahead anymore, just trying to make it through today. If these signs feel familiar, please know this isn't who you are. It's just where you're stuck right now. The Venti app was created for exactly this. It's an AI mental health support app that gives you a private space to actually work through your thoughts and emotions and start moving forward again. Signs you're slowly giving up. 1. You stop looking forward to anything. Every day starts to blur into the...
So, I've just bought this book.
This is the new movie everyone is talking about. Forget the goofy cartoon sailor you grew up with. This story is intense, dark, and absolutely brutal, starring John Cena as a storm-hardened Popeye and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as the ruthless Bluto. The screen literally shakes from the tension between these two titans. The movie dives into a ruthless world where the ocean mercilessly punishes the weak. Bluto has become a tyrant of the seas, a man consumed by pride, convinced that absolute power is born from pain, and that the ocean itself must bow at his feet. When Bluto strips away everything Popeye ever cared about, it sparks an epic, all-out war. Throughout the film, we see a Popeye who has been shattered by storms and pushed to the absolute end.
You are not behind.
Nightwing puts on Batman's suit to take Bruce's place. After Batman dies, Superman refuses to believe it. He runs every test, hoping Bruce is just a clone, but eventually confirms that Batman is truly gone.
If your girl starts getting annoyed by everything that you do, now the way you chew is annoying. If your girl starts getting annoyed by everything that you do, now the way you chew is
Whatnot strikes again. So let's run through these real quick. Because
look at this physique and tell me that this fucker's natural. Now, yes, he's claiming natural. He now can't go back on that shit because if he does, the brand crumbles. This is the transformation. This is what happened in 6 calendar months. Now, keep in mind, this kid's a streamer. He's not a bodybuilder. Now we see what he looks like on stream. Now things get even more sus. This is his back, dude. This looks like he's pushing gear already. So I think this is another telltale example of a fake natural. Look at this physique and
So Hugh Jackman has apparently gone absolutely nuclear, and for once, the nicest guy in Hollywood isn't smiling through it. The story coming out of his camp right now is genuinely wild.
We need you for a night shift job. Steady salary and bone. Have you realized Jack's mother was actually a member of the native tribe? That is exactly why she was preserved as a shrunken head. Remember, Captain Teague keeps Jack's mother with him at all times, preserved as a shrunken head. Traditional pirates are always buried at sea after death, and this custom of preserving human remains is unique to indigenous tribes. If you look closely at the feast celebrating Jack being named chief, you can see multiple similar preserved shrunken heads on display. Teague is the pirate lord of Madagascar, and his territory borders directly on native tribal lands. They had every opportunity to meet and fall in love. An even bigger clue, when Jack first escapes the tribe, you can clearly see jars of East India Company paprika stored in the village. Native tribes had no way to sail overseas for trade, so they could... Привет. Я Чап...
Five signs your mental health is getting worse. Number 1, you're getting easily annoyed at others. Small irritations are becoming major triggers in your daily interactions. Number 2, activities that used to bring you pleasure and joy no longer do.
This simple trick will... The fucking goat. Alfred reveals he's actually the Joker at Batman's funeral. As everyone gathers around telling stories about Batman, Alfred admits that after Thomas and Martha Wayne died, he watched Bruce slowly lose.
4 celebrity couples who broke up after...
This is the 5th mature woman.
4 celebrity couples who broke up after starring in Spider-Man. The last one is heart-wrenching. Number 4, Tobey Maguire.
This is the 5th mature...
I decided the next man.
Football scholarship.
The CEO of sex. Come on. Ooh. It's actually so embarrassing. I really don't even know what it's about. Honestly, I honestly don't know. No, I actually really don't know what it's about. It's flattering. It's flattering. It's flattering. Okay, look. Do you even remember that guy, Spider-Man, right now? What are we here for? Exactly. Well, I had no idea what we're doing here. I thought we all just kind of dressed up for no reason.
The CEO of sex.
Come on. Oh. It's actually so embarrassing. I really don't even know what it's about. Honestly, I honestly don't know. No? No, I actually really don't know what it's about. It's flattering. It's flattering.
It's flattering. Okay, look, do you even remember that guy, Spider-Man, right now?
What are we here for?
Exactly.
Well, I had no idea what we're doing here. I thought we all just kind of dressed up for no reason.
You're not going to believe this. A free AI just made every paid video tool useless. Have you realized that Jack actually has 5 descendants? You'll never guess who their respective mothers are. The first is a mermaid, although it sounds unbelievable. In a deleted scene from the 4th movie, a mermaid tears up and slaps Jack. That is enough to prove he had a relationship with her. In the prequel Pirates of the Caribbean, Jack Sparrow, the Siren Song, Jack helped the mermaids escape the fate of being controlled by the Trident and took 3 gems from it. The leader of the mermaids, Morvarin, developed feelings for him because of this. It seems Jack started a romance with Morvarin around this time, and she may have even become pregnant with his child. That is why she was so sad when they met again, because Jack had abandoned her and their child. The second is the wife of the mayor of St. Martin. Don't forget that Jack had a one-night affair with the mayor's wife while robbing the bank, and she looked at him nervously, even when he was about to be executed. This means she did have feelings for Jack. Since Jack often passed by St. Martin and even stole a ship nearby, they had many chances to meet, and she could easily have become pregnant with his child. Next are Scarlet and Giselle. They are Jack's old flames, even though they slap him every time they meet to get revenge for him auctioning them off. Jack always spends time with them whenever he goes to Tortuga to resupply. Finally, there is Angelica. Although she seems to have used the lie of pregnancy to keep Jack from leaving her on a deserted island, you can see her belly is slightly swollen, as if she really is pregnant. At the moment, Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is in the early stages of production. If you have a red or If you have a red aura,
Did you know? The Cat in the Hat lost all rights for future remakes, all because of these adult jokes. The 2 siblings try to stop Larry before he reaches Mr. Jones's office. The Cat in the Hat offers them a ride, then magically transforms their boring family sedan into a flashy magic sports car. He smugly gestures toward the rear and brags about the car's name, SL Slow.
She is the super luxurious omnidirectional whatchamajigger. Or SLOW for short.
Kids would never catch on to the original acronym, but anyone who knows how to spell gets the joke right away. While searching for Nevins, the trio finds him in someone else's yard. With Conrad and Sally's help, the cat climbs over the fence, grabs a huge hoe, and walks toward Nevins. The way he picks up the hoe and flirts with it is an obvious pun.
Dirty hoe. I'm sorry, baby. I love you.
As the cat checks out the house, he spots a photo of Joan and unfolds it. The sight excites him so much his hat pops up, a joke most adults instantly recognize, and it's far from the only innuendo here. After he steals the photo and stashes it somewhere unknown, he complains about the ugly curtains, though he might not actually be talking about the house decor.
Although those drapes are a train wreck.
The cat pulls out the phonometer to test Conrad and Sally's moods. After the scan, he diagnoses Conrad as a wild troublemaker, and Sally a control freak, then cracks a quick joke about health insurance.
You're a control freak and you're a rule breaker. That'll be $700. Who's your insurance carrier?
All these suggestive lines enraged Audrey Geisel, widow of Dr. Seuss, the original author. She officially exercised her power to reject copyright approvals and issued a stern statement to Hollywood. From that point on, no studio in Hollywood would ever be permitted to adapt any Dr. Seuss work into a live-action movie again. Did you know? The Cat in the Hat lost work 3 months on an oil rig.
Major sign that
Skip this video.
I'm sitting in my brand new BMW that I bought myself because I.
Okay, answer this. How long after a breakup are we waiting to get back out there?
Everyone, did Ozzy Osbourne fake his own death? Final video reveals 3 creepy clues. The sudden death of this rock legend shocked everyone, but some fans aren't buying it. If you take a closer look at the last video Ozzy posted on his social media, strange details about his death start to surface. First, in that video, Ozzy is seen wearing headphones, fully focused and working on music. He doesn't look sick at all, in fact. He looks healthier than he has in years. If he was really on the verge of dying, how could he still have the energy to work like that?
Quasimodo doesn't end up with Esmeralda in the end because one of the major themes of Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame is this question.
Who is the monster and who is the man?
And to answer this question, they show us how each of these characters view themselves in relation to their interest in Esmeralda, as well as how they react to her not being interested in either of them. Nothing emphasizes this more than their parallel songs of Heaven's Light and Hellfire. At this point, both of these characters have internalized their exterior. Quasimodo believes he is a monster.
I am a monster, you know.
while Judge Frollo believes he is a righteous man.
You know I am a righteous man.
But they're not actually viewing each other as their dichotomous counterpart. They're viewing Esmeralda that way. To Quasimodo, Esmeralda, the first person to ever show him kindness, is the opposite of the monster that he is. She's this angelic being who makes him feel like he's in the light of heaven that he thought only other people deserved to feel.
But suddenly, an angel smiled.
Frollo, on the other hand, views her as a temptress, a devil that could bring him down to hell with her.
Don't let a fire sear my flesh and bone.
Believes she's pulling him down to become a monster, while Quasimodo feels he's being pulled up to become a man. And this is why it's important that Quasimodo didn't end up with her, because this is just what they feel is happening, but the reality is Quasimodo was already the man in the dichotomy, while Frollo was already the monster. We see this in how Frollo responds to her rejection by trying to burn her at the stake, whereas when Quasimodo realizes that she has feelings for Phoebus instead of him, he is upset at first, but at no point does he make her feel bad about it or treat her as any less of a friend. In fact, he doesn't even hesitate to protect Phoebus when she asks him to, and despite his initial jealousy, he even goes on to develop his own independent friendship with him, to the point where Phoebus is actually the one who rescues Quasimodo in the end.
Quasimodo? See?
This scene is also really important because despite Frollo feeling that giving into his lust for Esmeralda would have led to his damnation, it's actually only as he raises his sword to her that the cathedral itself seems to kill him. It wasn't an act of lust that made him a monster. We see here that it's this behavior that leads to his doom. Meanwhile, Quasimodo felt that being with Esmeralda would have led to some sort of salvation from his monstrous life, but in the end, Phoebus is the one to actually save him. He had turned on Phoebus earlier, or acted like a monster toward
Mine and I was deaf. There's a new Hercules movie coming out with Matt Damon playing as Hercules. But I used to love Hercules growing up, the animated version, and we got a new movie, guys.
Stars.
And this is bringing back memories with all these characters. But I think Matt Damon is going to play great as Hercules, guys. Well, let me be quiet. Let's watch this movie trailer. And look at Matt Damon as Hercules, bro.
In a village of farmers who feared the
Oh, wow, y'all.
I broke everything I touched. I hurt people.
I can't believe this. Look at my boy as Hercules.
Make these mega realistic birthdays.
5 things you should not do when you are depressed.
Cancelé todas mis...
This guy turns his head every minute because he's obsessed with Rubik's Cubes. So he went to a plastic surgery clinic and had his head transformed into a Rubik's Cube. Whenever he gets bored, he just rotates his head to kill time. Today, after getting off work, he was waiting for the subway. He squinted at his watch and noticed he had plenty of time to spare. The guy decided to rearrange his facial features. He first rotated half of his head backward, then grabbed his nose and twisted the middle section. But after a while, he still couldn't get it aligned properly. He realized that wearing headphones made it difficult to rotate, so he decided to take them off. His bizarre movements left the janitor absolutely dumbfounded, and even the subway passengers were completely shocked. The guy ran his fingers through his hair, trying to ease the discomfort, then continued spinning his head. But no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't return to the original position. He was even ridiculed by a little girl standing nearby. In a state of panic, he could only keep rotating his head frantically. Now, from his perspective, everyone around him appeared upside down. He looked incredibly frustrated. He realized he needed to get his head back to normal before the subway arrived. He grabbed a soda from nearby and chugged it down in one go, making sure to wipe away the droplets. After drinking the soda, his mind became much clearer. His hands moved faster than before, feeling up and down his ears to determine the correct position. Within seconds, he finally succeeded. His head returned to normal. This guy turns his head every minute.
You definitely didn't know this. Brands love to send their...
Matt Damon is the reason that the Disney Plus Power Rangers reboot was canceled. Yes, you heard me correctly. We are still dealing with the fallout of the news that the Power Rangers reboot will not be going forward on Disney Plus. We may have just got some insight as to why Disney pulled the plug on the Power Rangers reboot. Now, according to Jeff Snyder of The Insider, a Hollywood insider, he is reporting that Disney is concerned about the Untitled Daniels Matt Damon project that is currently in development, because what it's apparently about is going to be Matt Damon playing a superhero character that teams up with a young cast in color-coded costumes that fight kaijus. you heard that correctly. Matt Damon will be making his own Power Rangers film, although it will not be an official Power Rangers film, and that is why Disney pulled the plug on the Power Rangers reboot. Details about this movie have been shrouded in secrecy. No plot details have gotten out until now.
Some actors in the Harry Potter movies were replaced because they were considered too good looking, while others landed their roles through family connections. Is that really fair? Do you remember Pansy Parkinson in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban? She was the girl who was always hanging around Draco Malfoy. In the third movie, she was played by Genevieve Gaunt. With her blunt bangs and bob haircut, she immediately stood out the moment she appeared on screen. She also became the most popular version of Pansy among fans. But in the later films, she was replaced by another actress. The reason was surprisingly that her version of Pansy was considered too attractive. The filmmakers felt she might steal the spotlight from the other actors. So starting with Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Pansy was played by Scarlett Byrne. As a result, Pansy became one of the most frequently recast characters in the entire.
Whatever happens, please do.
There's an app called Beagle Live. And
You guys can be our MJ to-word Gwen Stacy.
oh yeah.
You're on the right. What's your type?
They have to be funny.
Yo, you're actually hilarious. You might be my type. Wait, girl on the left. What's your type?
Saying you have to be able to have fun with them.
Have fun with him all the time. Yes. So, would y'all give us a chance?
If we fly to America, we would.
You guys can be our MJ to-word Gwen Stacy.
Oh yeah.
You're on the right. What's your type?
They have to be funny.
Yo, you're actually hilarious. You might be my type. Wait, girl on the left. What's your type?
Saying you have to be able to have fun with them.
Have fun with him all the time. Yes. So, would y'all give us a chance?
If we fly to America, we would.
I'm stuck on this one now. I found all of the notes, but it isn't not registering, so I don't know what I've done wrong. I can't hear you.
Oh, right.
Raised by the savages, know you couldn't handle this. Everyone who battled me, they falling like an avalanche. Got them falling back to back, take them all just hand in hand. Y'all going home, so better pack your bags. I'm a heavy hitter, come take a sip of this potion. Float like a butterfly, floating like the ocean. Battle United Kingdom.
Nothing there.
Raised by the savages, know you couldn't handle this. Everyone who battled me, they fall like an avalanche. Got 'em falling back. Take 'em all just hand in hand. I'm a heavy hitter, can take a sip of this potion.
One of the most underrated green flags in men, the slightly awkward ones. You know the man I'm talking about? Kind of nervous around women, doesn't always know what to say, awkward eye contact. Like that's actually so cute, and he's loyal. He is a keeper. Where is he at? One of the most underrated green flags in men, the slightly awkward ones. You know the man I'm talking about? Kind of nervous around women, doesn't always know what to say, awkward eye contact.
If you could be anyone for a day, what would it be?
Do you remember Sean Paul? If she sits on your face, that means she legally owns you.
Homer is now the only overweight person in Springfield, but his body fat is being drained away simply to make thin people's faces look fuller. Recently, a new weight loss treatment has become incredibly effective. As a result, it has become a huge hit among the townspeople. Even Marge's sister has become remarkably beautiful. After using it, Barney not only became slim, but even gave up drinking. When Chief Wiggum chased down criminals, he moved with surprising agility. Everyone in town had successfully lost weight.
I really don't think you need to lose weight, sir. My target weight is to fit inside a bathing tube by Christmas. Chat me.
As a result, all the plus-size shops in Springfield were forced to close. The restaurants also sat empty, because nobody was eating anymore.
No matter where you live, there's a church family like mine near you.
A magical book and quill are responsible for choosing every single student that ends up going to Hogwarts. There's no admissions process, no interview in a locked tower in Hogwarts. There's an ancient book bound in black dragon hide that hasn't been touched by humans.
Start your acting careers? Have you noticed Donkey's nostrils? We've all been fooled. I can't believe I missed this detail. At the beginning of the movie, we learned Fiona's curse turns her into an ogre at night. So the old king locked her in the tall tower. In the original fairy tale, another blonde princess was locked in a tall tower. So where did that princess go? She is obviously not Fiona. First, their appearances do not match. Second, after Fiona got the curse, she was sent to the tower by her own parents. She was never put to sleep, and with her strength, she should have been able to escape by herself. The key point is the fairy godmother who gave this suggestion. She only wanted to use the fairy tale to get her own son married to Fiona, so she could seize control of the kingdom. Look closely. The answer is inside this storybook on the page introducing the princess getting her curse. The illustration shows a dragon instead. Another page proves just like Fiona. She turns into another monster at night, and the knights always arrive at the castle during nighttime. Therefore, I suspect the dragon is what this blonde princess turns into at night. She fell in love with Donkey and stayed in her monster form forever after kissing him. Have you noticed Donkey's nostrils? We've all been fooled. I can't believe I missed this detail. At the beginning of the movie, we learned Fiona's curse turns her into an ogre at night. So the old king locked her in the tall tower. Wait, in the original fairy tale, another blonde princess was locked in a tall tower. So where did that princess go? She is obviously not Fiona. First, their appearances did not match. Second, after Fiona got the curse, she was sent to the tower by her own parents. She was never put to sleep, and with her strength, she should have been able to escape by herself. The key point is the fairy godmother who gave this suggestion. She only wanted to use the fairy tale to get her own son married to Fiona, so she could seize control of the kingdom. Look closely. The answer is inside this storybook on the page introducing the princess getting her curse. The illustration shows a dragon instead.
Is what I thought, but yo! Ooh, yes!